Take two. What's going on, everybody? It's Matt, aka Freckles182, and I am back. And I'm probably the most inactive person on YouTube. Yeah. Really episode 11 on my series Firsties with the game Dear Esther. I don't know how to pronounce it. Esther. Yeah, let's get started. Start with the lighthouse.
Dear Esther, I sometimes feel as if I've given birth to this island. Somewhere between the longitude and latitude, a split opened up, and it beached remotely here. No matter how hard I correlate, it remains a singularity.
Okay.
An alpha point in my life that refuses all hypothesis. I return each time leaving fresh markers that I hope, in the full glare of my hopelessness, will have blossomed into fresh insight in the interim.
Dun dun dun, it's a bucket. I don't know much about this game. All I know is it's a walking simulator. Oh my. Seagull almost killed me. All I know is it's a walking type simulator type game. I don't know if I can even grab anything there. Probably not. Just go exploring. Alright, let's go up. It's definitely a nice looking game, that's for sure. Oh yeah, I like long walks on the beach. Do. And just keep walking. Apparently I'm going up that way. Or am I? Seems to be a cave.
Those islands in the distance, I'm sure, are nothing more than relics of another time, sleeping giants, somnambulist gods laid down for a final dreaming. I wash the sand from my lips and grip my wrist ever more tightly. My shaking arms will not support my fading diaries.
Not sure if I should have gone up or not. Okay.
Dear Esther, I found myself to be as featureless as this ocean, as shallow and unoccupied as this bay, a listless wreck without identification. My rocks are these bones, and a careful fence to keep the precipice at bay. Shot through me caves, my forehead a mount. This area will transmit into me so. All overexposed, the nervous system, where Donnelly's boots and yours and mine still trample. I will carry a torch for you. I will leave it at the foot of my headstone. You will need it for the tunnels that carry me under.
Good night. I can swim. Sort of.
Come back.
What? Okay then. Let's go up the hill. See what's over there. Ooh, stairs. Kind of. Da da da. So I guess I use this time in between a narration to talk about plans. I have a few ideas for new
Reading
series.
Donnelly by the weak afternoon sunlight, he landed on the south side of the island, followed the path to the bay and climbed the mount. He did not find the caves, and he did not chart the north side. I think this is why his understanding of the island is flawed, incomplete. He stood on the mount and only wondered momentarily how to descend. But then, he didn't have my reasons.
Okay. So I got a few ideas for some new series, even though I'm not very active on my current series. But yeah, I'm going to start up my YOLO series again. Hopefully we're doing more Firsties. Thinking of a
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or a fishing boat, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this. Keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
I got a new series I'm going to start. It's going to be an RPG series. Playing a whole bunch of RPG type games.
We are not like Lot's wife, you and I. We feel no particular need to turn back. There's nothing to be seen if we did. No tired old man parting the cliffs with his arms. No gifts or Bibles laid out on the sand for the taking. No tides turning or the shrieking gulls overhead. The bones of the hermit are no longer laid out for the taking. I have stolen them away to the guts of this island, where the passages all run to black, and where we can light each other's faces by their strange luminescence.
Yeah, I'll be starting an RPG series, and then I'm probably going to be starting a series kind of just like, it's going to be more editing wise, to be like funny bits and stuff. I don't know what it's going to be called though. I've been just playing all kinds of games.
I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another.
It's nice.
Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life. I threw my arms wide and the cliff opened out before me, making this rough home. I transferred my belongings from the bothy on the mount and tried to live here instead.
Where on earth is that?
It was cold at night, and the sea lapped at the entrance at high tide. To climb the peak, I must first venture even deeper into the veins of the island, where the signals are blocked altogether. Only then will I understand them, when I stand on the summit and they flow into me, uncorrupted.
Someone doing science here, and I don't even know. Let's get out of this weird cave. Weird. Doo-doo. I'll also be probably uploading live streams, liking going on Twitch and live streaming, and like the whole community, all that is pretty awesome. So expect to see more live streams.
I've become convinced I am not alone here, even though I'm equally sure it is simply a delusion brought upon by circumstance. I do not, for instance, remember where I found the candles, or why I took it upon myself to light such a strange pathway. Perhaps it is only for those who are bound to follow.
Found a Stonehenge. Or a very huge cemetery. Over here, I guess. Don't even know. But yeah, if you go over to Twitch, follow Freckles182. I'll be live streaming H1Z1, some scary games. I don't know what else right now. Don't have anything planned. I might do a Skyrim pretty soon. And then that would be pretty sweet. That'll be a long series. You'll probably see it on YouTube. And then also I plan to do Metro, the whole Metro series. Loading.
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence.
Yeah,
it's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
beach alone. Some desert island.
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
Don't understand what's going on. That's the way I came in. Or is that the way?
I had kidney stones, and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
I don't even know where I'm going anymore.
Is this what Paul saw through his windscreen? Not Lot's wife looking over her shoulder, but a scar in the hillside, falling away to black forever.
I'm afraid of it. I don't know if I can actually fall in or not. There's water on the bottom. It's safe, right? What's that? Looks like a house or a barn. Oh,
I've begun my ascent on the green slope of the western side. I've looked deep into the mountain from the shaft, and understood that I must go up and then find the way under. I will stash the last vestiges of my civilization in the stone walls and work deeper from there. I'm drawn by the aerial and the cliff edge. There is some form of rebirth waiting for me there. Was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jacobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him, either.
How sad. I don't understand. Go into the creepy house. Hello?
My heart is landfill. These false dawns waking into the still never light. I sweat for you in the small hours and wrap my blankets into a mass. I've always heard the waves break on these lost shores, always the gulls forgotten. I can lift this bottle to my ear, and all there ever is for me is this Hebridean music.
I don't even know where I'm going. What's the point? Alright, you know what? I think I'm gonna end this.
Jakobsen's ribcage, they told Donnelly, was deformed, the result of some birth defect, or perhaps a traumatic injury as a child. Brittle and overblown it was, and desperately light. Perhaps it was this that finally did for him, unable to contain the shattering of his heart. In half-light, his skeleton a discarded prop, a false and calcified seabird. They found Jakobsen in early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. His fingernails were raw and bitten to the quick. They found the phosphorescent moss that grows in the caves deep under the nails. Whatever he'd been doing under the island when his strength began to fail is lost. He'd struggled halfway up the cliff again, perhaps in a delirium, perhaps trying to reach the Bothy's fire before curling into a stone and expiring.
How sad. Another cave.
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the Bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Oh, look, a candle. Ooh, this is pretty. I guess it goes down here. Alright, well, I'm gonna end it right there. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah. See you hopefully soon. Hopefully I'm more active. Thank you and God bless.